Okay, it says it's live.
I did just get that notification.
Okay, hopefully this is working. It seems to be. Well, thank you, Mike. Seems like it's working. Okay, we're back in. Is that a new start? I just loaded. Oops. Where's that? Just loaded in back at Sanctuary so that we can, mosey on down the road and make sure. I don't know. It's the last one that it saved well, we got our machete. Okay, that's good. What else do we
Well,
have?
if you've got the machete, you've got the Glock because you already did you did the machete last.
Yep. So, but did it have a serrated blade? I don't think so.
You added you put the serrated blade on there, so you may not have saved. Check your skills. See if you have blacksmith 3.
Okay.
It may have saved after you got uh, your skills updated, but not the last time you exited the workbench.
Yeah, blacksmith 3. Okay, I got that. So, and okay, we'll just put the serration on the blade and get going. Okay. There we go.
Jules! Welcome
Jules!
aboard! I
Hey.
see she's got her autumn hat on.
Yep. She's ready to party.
The air must be starting to get a little nip in it near her house.
Yep. Yep. I would say so. Where are we going? We got to go this way. Okay.
It was absolutely chilly this morning outside the plasma place.
Really?
It was 69 degrees outside.
Oh my God. You're getting over a chest infection. Well, that sucks. I'm getting over open heart surgery.
Sorry to hear you're getting over an infection, hon.
Thank you, Easy. So,
Welcome back.
what is this? Our second restart? Third restart? I don't know. There we go. Discover the
The
red.
second actual restart. The first one
Okay.
was just the first stream restart was only because the game was not previously started.
Right. So anyway, so this cardio rehab thing, I'm not so sure about it. It just sounds like a bunch of exercises for an hour and then, you know, enough to get all hot and sweaty and then send you home. But I don't know.
It,
Um,
I told you, to me, rehab is where you go to quit drugs or you quit alcohol or whatever. Cardio rehab sounds like you're going to quit having a heart.
yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like to me too.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something I want.
Yeah. So, I go out and walk every night, and I'm getting a little further every day. And one of the problems is, because I'm under pain management, so they don't manage my pain; they manage how many drugs I can take, which has nothing to do with how much pain I'm in. So,
Yeah, I'm very familiar with pain management nowadays.
yes,
It the here's my TED talk talk rant for the day.
Okay.
For 9 years, I was on morphine. I was on the same dose of morphine, 10 milligrams twice a day, in time-released pills.
Yeah.
If I happen to have a migraine that day before my second dose, I just didn't take it because my migraines come with nausea. So as soon as I would have taken the pill, I would have ended up throwing it up anyway. It would have been a waste of the medication. In 9 years, I never once claimed to have lost a prescription. Never once asked for a dosage increase. I, on 3 separate occasions, informed my physician, I don't need a refill because of how many migraines I've had. I have sufficient medication to go a month without a refill. I was a responsible patient. The opioid crisis hit, where people were being, in my opinion, purposely addicted to opioid pain medication.
Right.
And then cut off from it, where they would go and seek other opioids, such as heroin or fentanyl, on the streets. And it became a crisis, so they had to go and say, oh no, nobody can have opioid pain medications. And doctors across the board stopped using it. And I was cut off from my pain medication.
Yep.
Now the VA says, oh, well, we shouldn't have cut you off from that pain medication. But because you're not on a current pain management regimen, you have to go through the entire thing again as if you had just been injured. But I don't have an actual doctor in my clinic, so that means that I have to wait for somebody in a clinic in Virginia to find the time to see me through a camera, to tell the physical therapist to schedule time for me.
Right. Yep, that's what they do.
And then the physical therapist is going to tell me about exercises, and it's going to be, oh, you do those already? Oh, you can't do those because of your injury? And then he's going to say, well, we can get you a TENS unit. Oh, you've got one of those? You know how to set that? You've got, okay. Well, you know, and that's going to take, what, 2-3 months of physical therapy before they finally say, yeah, we're already doing everything, or he can't do the things that he can't do.
Right.
And then they'll say a pain management regimen is recommended. In the meantime,
yeah,
I never should have been taken off the medication to begin with, according to the doctors who have talked to me about it.
She is ill, so she's under the weather, so which is unfortunate, but she'll maybe be back tomorrow or something. I don't know, or what Thursday, I mean.
I'm hoping that she recovers quickly. It's
Here they come. Look at them, like fleas on a hot griddle.
It sucks to be ill, and it sucks worse when a friend is ill.
Yep.
Because at least when I'm ill, I can soldier through it and say it doesn't matter. But when friends are ill, all I can do is worry about it.
Yep. Oh, I forgot to get fast hands. I'm dying here. I am gonna die. How do I fix that? I need aid. How about stim pack or 2, and some purified water, and Radaway, and I don't know what else
And
do
a
I need.
6-course meal, and
Yeah, that too.
Heck, 6 or 7 bananas would even help right now.
Did I forget to do something? Like what? Oh, now you want to fall down. You Son of a gun! I forget how to do stuff in this game all the time. Alright. Alrighty.
I was doing a quest in Skyrim on, I want to say Saturday, that I've done over the last 10 years probably 200 times. And I can't remember how to get the next stage started.
Sounds like me. Troubleshooters, what? Leather. Light leather. What's that troubleshooter? What's troubleshooter do for you? Anything?
That troubleshooters is for robots.
No. Well, what the hell do I want that for? I don't. Okay, so did we get them all? I hope so. Let's see what this guy's got. Anything new? Nope. Okay, and we decided he could save his clothes. So, oh, there's the tape. Okay, so we're back to where we started from an hour ago. And we were having problems. What were we having problems with? I forget.
He's got a different gun this time, though.
He does?
Yeah, last time he had a pipe rifle. This time he's got
yeah, that's right. What's it got? No, it's still a pipe revolver pistol thingy. Well, no, that's a combat rifle.
That's a combat rifle.
That's a combat shotgun. It doesn't match with what he says. That's just laying there. I don't need a combat shotgun. Yeah, we'll take it.
Well, no, you don't. But it's just pointing it out. It's a different weapon.
Yes, but he still has a pipe revolver. So.
He still has the same weapon, but the one laying next to him is different.
Yep. Okay.
That's fun.
So.
That's funny.
All right. So what we were doing here. So. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Oh, I have to go. Did I get everybody? Let's go see. There we go. Okie dokie. So, what was happening is we were having some scrapping issues. I forgot what it was that we were... Oh, I wanted to see...
There were crates and barrels that you could touch and you couldn't touch.
Well, look at this. The tree is gone, so... and so is the extra locomotive that was there. So, that's pretty cool. So...
Oh, by the way, Di, I was thinking about it while you were on break, and I forgot to mention it.
Is there
that extra locomotive?
Yeah.
Is actually from way up the rail line somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember where that extra locomotive is from. It's from way up the damn rail line. So, for some reason, when it was in the wrong load order, it was pulling something from way down the line, or up the line.
So it would appear. Okay, cool. So,
hey, Zero and Hawk.
And we got Hawk here,
Welcome
too.
aboard.
So, this is good things. Good shit's happening. So, oh, look at that. They were having sex. Okay, so we moved the, we moved it, to a new location. And, so, oh, see, now we can delete things. Ooh. And we know how much I love scrapping stuff. Lots of stuff. So, okay, so let's move onwards and upwards. So, Bedford seems to be working much better than it was. So, now we're just testing this mod out to see, because we now got only 2.5 hours left to get all the way down the line here, and we got a long way to go. So, shall we mosey on? Oh, I wanted to see where it ends over here, though. So, and I didn't want to be burdened with lots of junk, so, but before we do that, so I got rid of that dead tree, and, so Russ fixed that, and I don't know where that locomotive was coming from. You're right, it didn't seem like it belonged there.
I
So,
think that's the locomotive from way up the other side of Ten Pines.
that could be. So, I can move track. I can fix that. Okay, how much further can I go? Oh, that was it. No? Maybe? Interesting. Uh,
Jules asked that question as if she was being left out.
I'm hearing mole rats. Alright, you little varmint. Oh, I heard that one. Whoa!
This is a Shadowzhar mod.
It is indeed. What he did is he redid it so that it is all... It's all one mod instead of being 8 separate mods. I think is what it was. So he made some other changes. He cleaned this up a little bit, which is nice. And I'm also using Russ's expansion mod. So when we go south here, it's a lot of things, unless you want me to do them. How do I explain this? Okay, the whole premise was that for the UWF to take over these railroad tracks and all the intersections so that you couldn't move. If you're downtown Boston, you're dealing with Hancock and his crew. You come out here, you're dealing with the UWF to control. And the goal is to keep the raiders from moving back into the city. So that's the whole premise behind the UWF. And keep forgetting I don't have my jetpack enabled. So we can go do the drive-in real quick, and then what it'll allow me to do is this all becomes part of where I'm standing right now. All becomes part of the drive-in. So
Yeah, it is definitely more of a showcase than a test. Because Russ is very meticulous in his mod building, and he does a lot of testing long before he puts it up for download.
this is true.
Russ is back in chat, by the way.
Yeah, I see that now. So the test is well, there's very few people that do a test the way I do it. Okay, which is actually to run it live and demonstrate it and do all the cool stuff. 'Cause a lot of guys, oh yeah, it takes them 5 minutes to do a mod review. No. I have done mod reviews that have lasted more than a single episode. So just to show you, we'll come over here and...
I will also try and break a mod.
Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily trying to break it. I am trying to find out what some of the limitations are within the mod itself.
Alright, maybe I shouldn't have worded it so harshly.
I don't want the mod to fail, is what I'm saying, okay? So, yeah.
I will push a mod to its limits to see what it does. Is that a better way to word it?
I suppose.
I like that about Dai's mod reviews.
Oh, I'm getting chewed on. God dang it! Missed one. Okay. So, we now have Starlight Drive-In that we can use. Okay, so... and one of the... Like, for instance, I loaded Russ's expansion mod specifically to be able to demonstrate some of Russ's other mods in conjunction with this mod that was designed to go together for a reason. And it has to do with the UWF and things that I thought were important if you were... How do I want to explain it? The end of the game is very disappointing as to what you can do. So... Yes, Hawk. I hit everything but what I'm aiming at. That's why there's nothing left alive. So...
Hey, Clarence.
Clarence,
PS4,
hello.
That's the unfortunate part. PS4 requires that no outside assets be used and for some reason, Sony has designated even in-game assets as outside assets if external scripts are used
Right. So
to rearrange those assets. So no, this one does not work on PS4.
no, but it does work on Xbox. I assume it's uploaded already for Xbox. I'm glad to see it's back on. That Russ is back to using Nexus. Makes me very happy. So with the expanded mod, you can see. Look at. I mean, I can build anywhere in here. This is, so. Oh, now I'm outside. So um, this is a lot of area. So, and you have to remember the premise. The basic premise of the UWF is to be able to control. What's going on. So, and to me, this is just with Russ's expanded mod and the other stuff that goes with it. Um, because you would want the railroad tracks to be used as the conveyance to get you north and south. Okay, Hancock's only worried about what's going on in Boston, no place else. So the UWF just takes care of the waterways and yeah, and
22 settlements.
in one plugin. Yeah, which is
That is awesome.
yeah. And for Xbox, it's critical. For PC, not so much. But still,
Yeah, well, Xbox limits the number of mods that you can have loaded. So if you're loading 22 extra settlements in one mod,
right.
you're getting around a huge limitation while adding a huge number of assets to your game.
Yep. So one of the things that the whole thing about the UWF, like I said, I was so disappointed, and it started with the Minuteman Navy, which is just one of the many factions that you can now have in the UWF. So, by all means, the more the merrier, is my opinion. Which also justifies all the fancy mods and having, you know, um, the ability to have all the extra mods and factions and everything else under the sun. So why not? Why not have the Brotherhood of Steel and the Minutemen and the all of them? Have them all together. Why not? The problem is that the consoles are still less than half the price of a PC, gaming PC. So I understand.
It's not an option for everybody, Doug.
Yeah, I mean, I really had a hard time justifying, because I had the computer crapped out, is having to justify another gaming PC, and my health is bad. Anyway, there we go. So, onwards and upwards, as they say. So, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate a lot of the stuff. I wanted to run the railroad track and then work my way back. So that was the goal. For like Grey Garden, you have to go do a major quest. So
Right, you have to go do the water plant for
Right.
Grey Garden.
oh yeah. So yes, I could, and the advantage with Russ's extended settlement borders and stuff, when you do Grey Garden, it comes all the way over to the tracks, because it actually goes almost all the way over to there.
Almost, it goes over to the Grey Garden house, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So that it makes sense, because this is the house, and then there's, so you now have real estate to use. But the one that I thought we'd like to spend a little time on is something new that Russ did, and we had talked about it. Now, with the UWF and the Forest Grove Dam being a major component, we have this waterway that you want to be able to control and to be able to.
It does. The limit was kept in place even with the new Xbox.
Yep. Yeah, they didn't up it at all. So, but one of the things that I noticed, and and like I said, Russ, I'm glad you're using Nexus again. I hit the wrong button again. Is there's been some changes made here, and so you can actually get the Beantown Brewery as a settlement. So I don't know if that includes the inside too, but this is cool. So, but when you try to do this, it says you have to go clear the brewery. So, we could do that and unlock this, or should we just keep moseying down and then come back? What do you think, guys?
I'd like to see what all of the settlements are
Yeah.
today, if we can,
Okie dokie.
and then come back.
So, this is really nicely done here. So, and then the only problem I have is that I don't, is how do they get across the bridge here if there's train cars here? So, anyway, need to clear those. Or you can go across the river, I guess. We could have you take the pontoon boat across or something, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes when it unlocks the brewery.
Hawk one should unlock the brewery.
I'm going to unlock it, just not at the moment. We're going to go ahead and go all the way down to the south end. And so here's Oberlin, and obviously I can't do anything here. But again, with Russ's expansion, this becomes a major area. And of course, we have the dam over there. So we get all of that, and we get all of this. He made a major change up here at the top of the hill. It wasn't working properly for me. So we'll see what because of the load order thing. And I had a mod loaded that I probably shouldn't have loaded. So let's see what goes on here. Oh yeah, we get these guys here. Ghoul Flash! Oh! Yucky Pook, me and Light Road. I don't want that.
I had ghoul casserole yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. I did see the brewery. It says you. Well, I didn't go up to the workbench. It says you have to clear the area first. Let's go back. We can go back real quick. Maybe is there some other area? So that's what I was going to ask you, Russ. Is that are they talking about the guys inside? Oh, that's a long way. Well, we're going to come back to that. We're not going to go back right now. We'll go back. I want to go down the thing here. Oh, it should be a separate mod. It's huge, and it should be. You can't include everything. Well, I guess you could, but I wanted to see.
The more you include, the bigger the mod gets.
Right, and then you got that problem, but also because you're going to have load issues, and I love the dam. That's why. So this is called. It used to be called like the DCARD yard or something.
Yeah, I love the dam mod too.
And the dam, and then is all that area down over there. And I do have the dam mod loaded in here. Is somebody talking to me? Somebody... God damn it. Okay.
And Russ says, yes, you clear inside the same location. So on the brewery.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it
There
does
is
have to be cleared before you can use it. Okay. So,
So, Russ, does that mean that you have to finish Confidence Man before you can make that a settlement?
I dare you.
oh, we still got somebody here.
What you got left in you?
Plenty. How much you got left in you? Not very much. Dumb shit. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I think the decal. I don't know where the decal thingy is coming from.
I don't remember which mod it is, but you and I both use it because I find them all over the place too.
Oh, Salty Sands. It's either Salty Sands or the Minuteman mod.
Actually, I think it's the Minuteman mod because I don't
Okay.
use Salty Sands.
Okay, we don't care about that for right now. Okay, let's continue. No?
Okay, see, so you don't have to finish Confidence Man before making Beantown a settlement.
You just have to go clear them out. Oh, here comes the glowy dogs.
I made a warning die.
Oh, Jesus, already? Alrighty. And I think we need some daylight here. So let's get our cheat terminal fired up. Yeah.
I don't know about the dog, but you shot the hell out of that tree.
Well, they were pissing on it. Yes, yeah, so you don't have to, I was going to ask you about that because I really like, Draco's.
Fairlane Estates is a great place for a settlement.
Yep.
I don't understand why Bethesda didn't make that a settlement in game.
Because they were stupid. So. So, Russ didn't do anything here. This is where I wanted the UWF Central City to be at, but this is actually occupied apparently by some settlements that I will never play, so it becomes a moot point for me. But
There's sim settlements here.
that's what Russ was telling me. And since they're a much bigger draw than the UWF, well,
If you can avoid stepping on other mods, do so because you don't want players to be picking between your mod and somebody else's.
okay, so this is where Fairlane starts, is at the end of this train car, basically. And we have to go down here, and I couldn't figure out what the big thing of water was here. So, but we have to go kill the robot down here. This is a Fairlane refill station now.
Oh, I get it, Russ. They basically timed themselves out and put the game out and then just never came back and finished it, even though they've updated the game 500,000 times.
Okay, okay.
Hey, Jet! Welcome aboard.
Jet, hey, how you doing? Okay, so... Oh, all kinds of good shit. Look at that. So, we have a bunch of water. Nice little swimming pool. Not sure what it's for. And then we have to go over here to Fairlane. It is break time. Yes, we're gonna go kill the two Yaograi over here. The Dracos. I actually had it loaded before, and it actually worked. So I had fixed roofs, but I thought I was going to wind up having a conflict. So anyway, oh, there comes the Yaograis.
Well, that's true, Doug. At some point, every mod has to contend with the fact that there's at least one mod out there it's not going to be compatible with.
Right. Okay. Uh-oh. It says I can use it. Okay. So, where did I see it? It was down here somewhere. I'm not sure where it was. Oh, there's the chem station. It is break time. I'm trying to find the workbench. So, unless Russ disguised it, or did I already walked past it and didn't realize it.
Russ got inventive with this workbench. He made it look like a blade of grass.
Could be. It can be anything.
He figured no one would possibly use a Greening the Commonwealth mod.
There we go. Yeah. Alright, so there's our workbench been occupied. Okay, so, uh-oh. See, I can't delete this stuff. That I can delete. That I can delete. Is it working now? Unless there's like a hotspot here that I can't find.
But you know, some bushes are... Oh, you're looking at the
yeah, I'm
playground stuff.
looking at the playground stuff. This is...
Some of the playground stuff is fine, some is not.
Alright, yep, time for cookies. So, like, I can't move the picket fence, for instance. Or change what's going on inside. Alright, let's do a save here, and, go take a break. Creation Club. What about... I don't find anything wrong with the Creation Club. I think it's good stuff. So, you don't like it, that's fine. But, don't criticize other people who do. I'll be back shortly.
I definitely like Fairlane Hills. It's in a nice location. There's not a lot around it. It's not far from the city. Now that I know that Bethesda was actually planning on it as a build location, but never finished it, it makes a lot more sense. It almost makes me wonder if they added that line about there used to be a settlement here to everybody's dialogue as sort of a dig at the dev team for not finishing it. There's the early retirement mission brings you here for the Noir penthouse. I think that's Eleonora's. The Fairlane Hill they started is in the south when Dai explores the last stop. Okay. So they were going for a different location for the settlement that ended up being called Fairlane Hills, and this got that name. Okay. I still wonder if they made all of your companions have a line about there used to be a settlement here. As a dig. Coffee is supposed to make nature call, not nature calling, interrupting the making of coffee.
Welcome back, Zero. Okay. Let's have at it. Okay, so, like I said, I was surprised to find that I cannot okay, something's
Oh, one's called Fairlane, one called Fairline. That actually sounds like Massachusetts, too.
Thank you, Jules. I mean, maple logs that can't be deleted? Something going on here. How true.
Well, we do have Russ here.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Alrighty.
So if he was intending for all that stuff to be scrappable, he now knows that there's an issue, and he can check on it. Hawk, she is running so few mods, that likelihood is very low. I'm not going to say it's impossible, though. I mean, there are 6 mods in the load.
No, this one there's 122.
Oh, I thought you said that you were only running 6 for this.
No, I originally started with 6. That's how I tested it, and but anyway, yeah. So all right. So
That we only have to test 121 mods for compatibility.
yep.
But I have reason to believe 5 of them are fully compatible.
If a mod is below scrap all, you may not be able to scrap. Your mod is. I had to put your scrap everything was like the second to the last mod. I put all your mods below scrap everything.
Yeah, all of your mods are after scrap everything in the load order.
I mean, there's like scrap everything, and then there was one other mod below that, and I just sucked yours after.
Hawk's got a point. The greening mod might be interfering with some of your scrapping. Although the things that you're trying to scrap are not all greened items.
No. All right. Of course, it won't let me get by.
Yeah, well, Russ is running a hell of a lot more mods, and he's not having the issue, so...
What, scrapping?
Well, he wrote the mod, so I'm pretty sure he would be able to say, oh yeah, there's a few things that you can't scrap. If there was things that you can't scrap. You know what I mean? Hawk's like, I didn't even know 650 mods.
So I have to go change all of this again. Scrap every. You said put it down at the bottom. I put it down at the bottom.
I think the greening mod makes sense. Alright, if it's not vanilla scrappable, you might not be able to, if you want to scrap all, run that mod at the very bottom. Alright.
Are you in pain yet?
So,
Yep, I guess so.
so with the exception of scrap everything, your mod should go last, but scrap everything can go after it.
Well, thank you, Hawk. Far superior to your shooting.
The Commonwealth will not rise up and attack Sky. The people in it might, but the Commonwealth itself will not.
That's right. And I got enough lead in that Sky, nothing's going to get it back up there either. So just keep that in mind. So. Alright, so we're getting close to the end of the line here, folks. And everybody's telling me I got to go move my mods again.
Thank you for the clarification, Russ. We thought that all your mods should be last in order. We didn't think about the scrap everything being after it.
Okay, so
DNR Railroad Station.
yes, this is one of the originals. I guess so you can keep an eye on those guys. So it goes down here away. It's second to the last. So I can't trust my scrapping mods, so I guess we'll just skip that part altogether. And let's get down here. Is there a mutant in here? Yeah, nope.
Hawkshea is using Vortex, but you still have to modify your load order sometimes. Vortex will not automatically get the load order right every time.
Right. So this is the end of the line down here.
It was almost the end of the line right there.
That's true. I nearly self-terminated, folks. So I've done that playthrough. So, and this is what really confused me when I was testing stuff. That there's just a workbench sitting here in the middle of the field. So now you know why I was confused when I came down here. So, and anyway. So there's the workbench, and you can, I don't know, do whatever. And
okay, so this was where Bethesda was originally building Fairlane Hills. I assume it's that ugly-looking settlement in the swamp?
I don't know. So, anyway, so, yeah, you can come down here and build to your heart's content, I guess. And then you got this little community over here that you can go, you know, spawns crawdads and raiders. And, so, anyway, so those are all the, so do we go back and fix all my load order shit, or do we, I don't, you know. So,
I would say go
or do we go do Beantown Brewery?
do Beantown Brewery.
All right, we'll go do Beantown.
You can fix the load order later.
Yep. So how far does this let you go?
Doug, you didn't fight your way to the top of the food chain to eat rabbit food.
Nope. Oh, all the way down to here? Cool. So you can come down to town here. Neato. Oh, I see. Okay, now I'm outside the build area. All right. What about going on the other side? Jules wants the brewery too. Okay, we'll go do the brewery here. So, as soon as we finish checking this out over here, well, how far can we? Because there was some not raiders.
Russ wants you to go east of the tracks.
Go east of the track? I think I am going east of the tracks. If that's north. Oh no, that's east over that way. Towards town. Yeah, I was just east of the track.
Odds Pond. Easy.
So now I'm going west of the tracks. So someplace down there was a death claw, but I don't know where it went. Ooh, look at that.
Well, if you run into the Death Claw, just scrap it.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Lieutenant, people are napping. You should too.
Oop, I see a crawdad. Oh, I see a vertebrate in the water.
Funny, because there's a boat out of the water. Hey, still, Colonel. He dodges bullets better than bandits dodge arrows in Skyrim.
I don't know. All right. Let's see. I need a Rataway and a stim pack. I'm out of stim packs. There.
Russ says those buildings have a settlement workshop.
Oh, okay.
Used up all your stim packs.
Yeah, sure did.
The houses, he said. I shouldn't have said the buildings. I should have said the houses.
Oh, and this is Fairlane Hill. So you get another settlement down there, another Yao guy. Great.
Can't have too many bears. You're from Chicago. You should like bears. Looks like there's another one on the other side of the house.
Nope, dead raider. Ooh, we had a stim pack. So you got another swamp to build in. Cool.
Oh, look, he had a sack hood for Marcy.
All right, here, let's check this out. Cool. Well, this is pretty awesome. Too bad my scrapping mod is not working properly, but shit happens.
You'll get that worked out.
Yeah, maybe. So, all right. So we're gonna go back to. Well, we're going back somewhere. I gotta spawn in some stim packs. Yes, I'm out.
There's days I wish real life came with a cheap terminal.
Yeah, really. Okay, it's not a drug. What the hell is that? If it's not a drug. Oh, health. That's what it is. No? Yep. There we go.
Was almost unbearable.
Yes. Almost. Okay. So those are all the settlements and stuff. Everybody wants to see Beantown, so we're gonna fly back up the road. What's this over here?
Luckily, Di had all the qualifications.
Blue Hills Safe House. Okay. You can see that's a lot of stuff. So I guess we have to go here, and then we'll walk over to Beantown. It is. I'm just testing the mod out, and obviously I got a problem, so we'll do another adjustment.
It's just a matter of getting things dialed in right.
Well, yeah, he said put it at the bottom, so I did. So
And we didn't think about the idea that when he said at the bottom that he might have meant that there could be something after it.
right. Oh, I better get some ammo too. Now that I'm looking at that, that looks terrible. No ammo. So let's see. We need. No, that's not what I want.
The points thing was bugging you? I'm not familiar. I don't know what the... Oh. The unspent skill points is bugging him.
I just use them as I need them. So You know, like if I'm
I
looking.
get it. I'm sitting here saying the points thing is bugging you. What?
So apparently we have enemies, folks.
Well, there should be some both outside and inside.
Well, I'm not seeing anybody on the outside. Unless it was like the dog that I already killed. I don't know. But there are enemies inside. So that's why I was asking Russ, is that what he was referring to? And he confirmed it. So I guess we'll go inside and kill all the raiders inside.
I'm not seeing anybody outside, so.
Nope. Well, like I said, when you walk up to Beantown, there's usually the dog or two on the track.
Dog on the track, yeah.
Yeah. So let's go kill everything and see what happens. Yeah, Russ, you should have named it something other than Fairlane. Maybe. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what it is named. That's Fairline.
Oh.
And
Really? That's the name of the place? I didn't even know it had a name. Oh. So, alright. I stand corrected again as usual.
like he said, Bethesda was working on it and never finished it.
Oh, okay. So you have Fairline and Fairlane? Or
Yeah, maybe they would have renamed it if they had ever finished it.
yeah, well, it's like a lot of things Bethesda did, you know?
Half-assed.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, where's all the boogeymen?
It's the story of their lives.
Yep.
You are so dead.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I am so dead. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
I'll find you.
I'm out. You're dead.
Remember that, you're dead. Okay. So, don't tell anybody, but you're dead. Alright. Hey, what? What do you want? I'm busy. I'm busy here. Oh, what do we got here? Another combat shotgun.
Healing powder.
Healing powder. Crimson! Vault Boy, hello!
Where'd the little bitch go?
Hello,
Video call,
Crimson.
can you beat Fallout 4 as a dumbass? There is no beating Fallout 4. There is nothing to win. There's no prizes. There's no nothing. So, there's not, so that's how I came up with the, why I was so disappointed in the game and came up with the UWF. So, because there wasn't any real reason. It's not like in Fallout 3. That's what I'm saying. Fallout 3, you actually had a reason for doing some things, right? You wanted to save the water and stuff and all that good stuff. Again with the damn shotguns. Oh, somebody else is shooting at me. Alright. Did we drag him out yet? Where is he? Oh, yeah, there he is. He's got... Whoops. Whoopsie. He fell. He went boom. Hawk keeps forgetting that we've watched him play, so he ain't such a great shot either. Picket fences, ooh. No, I need, I want, what was it that there's something you always come in here for. I don't know what it is. Oh, there's the recipe. I'll take that. I'll leave that. Is that everybody? I think I got everybody. Yeah, you wind up killing him in the end anyway, so what the hell difference does it make? And you blow up his institute. You know, you can do that without even playing the game. You just go over there and kill them all. So that's where, when you became the general, I always expected something to happen when you became the general. Well, it never happens, though. So, which is really a disappointment. So I said, well, we got to have something. So I came up with the Minuteman Navy. It was the original, because it's already an existing faction. Did you think you could escape? So, anyway, so that's how we came up with or how I came up with the concept originally, and kind of grew from that. And so a lot of these mods that Russ has worked on is facilitated that. And then of course there's when we did the dam build, everybody was doing the you can talk dear, the dam build, and was having a lot of fun. And so like I said, I plan to do another one.
Got it.
So, but I do all my playthroughs now as the UWF because
I think there's another one behind that door.
I thought so too. I thought he was right over here someplace, wasn't he? Oh, it's a roach. So, oh, baby roach. Okay, so it was roaches, not. Okay, so that should be all the enemies now. Yeah, he went to sit down. I know, I saw that. Okay, so I think that's everything. So we should be able to go outside now and use the workbench. I hope. I guess we'll find out here real quick. Boop.
Oh, the brackets aren't moving anymore.
Nope. So, anyway, so that kind of, and when I met Russ, I found out that he was interested in kind of the same thing, is that there's no end game, really. I mean, okay, so you go kill your kid, and then what? And so, there's a lot of other faction stuff that goes on, and I'm going, why can't we have the factions work together, and why can't the person who becomes the general be in charge of all that, and how do you go about that? So, and then Russ got in, and Rob got in, Alina got in, and now we have all kinds of people who support the UWF, and we actually use a couple of specific fonts, but you just put up UWF, and boop, and now you can, basically fantasize about whatever it is that you think you want your play to be. So, Rob's got a real, extensive background in military, as does Hawk. Me, I'm just an idiot. So, oh, there we go. We got it. We got the brewery. Look at that. Look at that. I can take those off and do this and do that. So, but I can't move that. Okay. So, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix my... Oh, I can get that, though. Okay. So, we need to go fix... Ooh. Okay, how much of the bridge do we get? Let's see, this is what's cool. I mean, it's the UWF is going to control the access to, okay. I'm looking for a stair to go up there, but there appears to be no stair to go up there. So, we have a lot of fun with, if you think UWF when you're doing this, then it makes a lot more sense to me. You can, like I said, do whatever you want to do, but it definitely helps me a lot. Okay. So, okay, this is going to be a problem, because, see, things are not showing up to that bridge is. Ooh, that end is. Oh. Oops. Ah, poop! Because I have to delete these cars because You want to be able to get across the
Is
bridge.
Wes still here?
I don't know.
Because if he is, we need to ask him about those cars. Because at other locations, he said not to touch the cars at all.
Yeah, but I never listen anyway, so...
This is true, but he said it would break the
Precombines, or something.
pre-combines and the Viz and...
And the Hovensack. And the Reason Rosin. So, we can't have any of that.
And I don't even know what the Viz is, but I know what the pre-combines is.
So, the fact that it ends here. Yeah, well, yeah, I know what the I don't know what the Vizes are, but I know what the pre-combines are too. So, and I can see this bridge, you know, being... Well, that's interesting. Oh, no.
I agree, Julie. It would be a lot easier if we could see anything.
I don't know why you want to see anything. It glows in the dark. You can see just fine. I can tell. Oh, well, thank you, Crimson. You are welcome here, of course, and we enjoy new people all the time. And so somebody's complaining about it being dark, so we'll have to go. Wee. So, all right. Oops.
Crimson, don't feel bad about being weird. You just entered a community of the weird and bizarre.
There we go. Daylight, folks. So we've got this fancy track stuff here, but no easy way to get up and down. Interesting. So...
I'm going to take my break first this hour. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay, so... oh, see, there's that goofy dog again. You're quite welcome. Okay, so... Okay, so what do we got to go... Let's go find out what we need to do to get Oberlin unlocked. How's that sound? Because it's, like... We know what we have to do for... I actually have time to do Grey Garden, too. But let's find out what... Because sometimes they send you over and... Enjoy the sun. Okay. Yep. Soon it's going to start to snow. We'll be flying. Alright. What do you guys want? What do you need?
You've got to help. My sister's been kidnapped. It's okay. You just need to tell me what happened.
They said they'd be back for the ransom in a few days. If I don't pay up, they'll kill her. But I don't have that kind of money.
Okay, let's go get him.
Don't worry. I'll get her back. Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Just
Okay.
stay safe, okay?
Rescue the seller from Backstreet Apparel. Of course. Okay, let's go to Backstreet Apparel and... Save the day! Okay, I gotta fix my scrapping mod thingy, so... I could do it now or do it later, I guess. I don't know. Assuming it fixes it, but... Imagine sleeping out under the stars and having a tree fall on you. What a bummer. Sounds like my life. Oh! How dare you! I didn't go to the grocery store this week. I wasn't feeling up to it, so I didn't go. I have good days and bad days, and it doesn't have anything to do with having my heart yanked out of my chest either, so it just... Yeah, so... I think a lot of people are that way. Now, I suppose I should make sure that you know, is like turned on. Beantown Brewery, what about that? No, that's not what I want. What do I want? Quests. Backstreet Apparel. There we go. Okay, let's go. Let's go save them. I didn't really want to unlock... well, it doesn't matter. Okay. We have all these neat places to go build at. Yeah, well, you weren't here earlier. They want me to go into cardio rehab. Which just sounds like, from what they were describing, it's just exercises. Well, you know, I don't need somebody to tell me to exercise. I need somebody to beat me with a stick when I don't. So, and... Anyway. Where am I going? Over here. So, I keep forgetting to turn my jetpack on, and... I can't jump my highest, fly my fastest, or whatever. Alright. Yeah, I feel pretty good in that regard. Yeah, there's still... my chest really doesn't hurt, except across the pec, upper pecs, or whatever you want to call them, you know, where the tissue's still healing from when they, you know, ripped it open. And so that doesn't feel particularly good. So, but other than that, how to create and use virtual machine for people who have older games that will not run on Windows 10 Plus. Oh. Okay. I gotta get some better weapons. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. There's games that were out only been out a few years and they can't even play on it. So Windows 10 is definitely a different critter, folks. So just telling ya. So not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Just Windows 10 is just that. It's in my understanding, Windows 11 is even worse. So, which really sucks. I don't need that. I don't need a bazooka. Where'd that guy go? Oh, there's... Stripping down sure is sweet. You keep on chewing till you're dead on your feet. Alright, in we go, folks. Hey, we're gonna get my fashion glasses, though. Well, at least she's downstairs. Oops, I almost walked right over that. Go around this way. Yeah, I've heard some horror stories about, well, there's they are, my fashion glasses. They tried to hide them on me. Let's see. And there another pair over here somewhere? Or is that the coat hangers that are over here? Ah, fuck, I don't remember. We'll go this way. What do you got? Combat, what's with the shotguns? Dang.
Watch my back. That's why I'm trying to keep you alive, too. Shut up. Get back to your patrol.
Well, they don't pay anybody. That's the problem. So they want you to do everything for free. Same problem I had with Novell and Microsoft. I said, no money, no drivers. I got tired of getting taken advantage of. Okay, so they're over here this time.
I'm back.
Welcome back, sir. Oh, we can get in and out of here. No, well, except they're showing two people over here. Oh, that's on that doorway. Yeah, okay, we're not going that way. We're going this way.
Nice.
Please, you
Okay.
gotta help me.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Zero. Good luck
I'm
with
here to
that.
rescue you.
Oh my
They haven't
thank
paid
you. Let's go.
testers. They pay alpha testers. But then again, they only alpha test with people who they already have on the payroll.
Yep, pretty much. And welcome back,
Thank you,
Rob.
Jules. Thank you, Zero. Thank you, Ty.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I used to test all kinds of Microsoft software, and they kicked me out of the beta test program when I gave honest opinions of their software.
Yeah. That is a bit of a problem, you know? So, okay.
Oh, when they made unnecessary changes to Office software for the sake of making changes,
Yep.
I pointed out that these changes were unnecessary and were, in my inexpert opinion, were solely based on forcing people to migrate to the new version.
Yep.
Strangely enough, I received a letter telling me I was no longer required for beta testing, and I was asked to return all of my materials.
Yeah, I had that happen. I think it was Word Perfect or something. It just, yeah. Why are you making these changes? Well, it's a necessary blah, blah, blah. And I go, no. No, it's not. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, the features changed. You just changed hotkeys and where things are located.
Yeah, especially when I pointed out their print drivers didn't work, but you want people to buy your software. You know, if they have the old, keep the old version, at least they can still print shit. You know, it's like, huh? Oh,
So I was testing way back in the 95, 98 days.
Yep.
Back in the early Office days. Back when Office software was actually competitive with other companies.
Yep. Well, they were trying to compete. That was the whole point. And then eventually, when they cornered the market, that was the end of that. So
Yep.
they didn't care how bad it didn't work. You know, so.
And then
Okay.
Sun Microsystems figured out they could give away Open Office,
Yep.
and they could damn well copy Microsoft
I
Office
was glad to help. Not
with a few minor
I don't
changes.
have much to offer by way of thanks.
And as long as they were giving it away,
Least we can do.
they were somehow exempt from federal law. I still don't know how they figured that out.
Yeah. Okay. And their happiness is going down, and they got food, water, beds, and they're unhappy. Oh, now it's going up. There we go. No defenses.
You're welcome, Zero.
Okay, so
I was a young NCO when you were a kid then.
oh yeah, so what we were gonna do here? So with Russ's expansion mod, We should be able to
Ooh,
go
our-
all the way down to the boat here.
I missed the 10-minute warning, Di. You've got 8 minutes till break.
Okay. So, and yeah, I gotta fix the mod. That's because I can't pick that boat up now. So there's things.
I like building here too, Jules, and it's weird because I so often end up building the same thing over and over here. But I do love building here.
Well, what I think is really cool is Oberlin by itself, really kind of a crappy place to build. There's other places I'd rather build, and it has to do with the fact that it's there's technically no flat ground that you can. Because normally the build area ends right here at these tracks, so you go from here to there, and that's pretty much the end of it. And we're about here or so, maybe up a little bit higher. I am starting to really like the greening thingy. Yeah.
Just the tree line side of the tracks.
Yeah. So it's nice that
you can build out into the rail bed side, but that's about it.
yeah, and then over here you go around this way, about where that broken tree is, and maybe about here. And
I usually confine my build around the tower,
yeah,
and then something on the tracks.
Yep, and pretty much what everybody does. And because and the fact that this is inclined the way it is, I did one here where it stair stepped all the way down the track, and it came out looking okay. But if this is supposed to be the thoroughfare for traders and stuff, it doesn't really lend itself to it, if you know what I'm saying. So, the fact that we now have Beantown, which I think is really cool. Thank you, Russ. Although he didn't make this a standalone, which would have been nice. So,
when I get my Fallout fixed and I come out here again, I am definitely not building the same thing I've already built here.
There you go.
I have way too often built basically a blockhouse around the tower.
Yep, that's what everybody does. That's what I'm saying. It's like you don't have a lot of options, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, see, I can't scrap these bushes out or anything. So, yeah, you just build right around here. You build it 2 floors, so it goes up over here, and that gives you a roof there, and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, okay, well, that's cool. Neat. Okay. And then, I think that's pretty much it. So, but what I like is so this comes up this way, so I never did check to see how far it goes now. Before it used to go, okay, I'm outside the build area there, so right here, that's that is quite a bit. I don't think that's as far as it used to be, unless, okay, let's go up this way. Because these almost used to be connected. What the hell? What are you doing out here? Oh, you're just coming back. Oh, what's your name?
Let's trade some things.
I don't want to trade with you. Let's see, maybe we should give you something. No, she's
Zero, I think I was born just far enough ahead of the home computer that I really had a hand in that world, whereas my older brothers and sisters, except for my closest brother, were not acquainted with computers. And, my closest brother was a network technician, and he ended up being a network manager for a video conferencing company. All self-taught. He dropped out of college. He didn't... he eventually went back to school, but paid for it out of his own pocket. He did not take out loans.
Okay, let's see how far we get this way. Now, in rest of the standalones, I moved these boxcars. Oh, I'm already outside the settlement, so... Wow, that's a pisser. See, I would rather use the standalone. because, well, I don't know why. Because when you get the dam, well, I guess you could go down the road. But what was cool before is that this was connected all the way down here. So let's just see what happens here. Yeah, I can't touch any of this. I won't be able to fix any of the railroad track either. See, I can't delete this tree. So, which I could do with the standalone. But
Remember,
anyway,
he said you can't touch those trains at all.
well, the one I know you can't touch for a fact is this one here, because this is actually um, a quest thingy. There's a, if you're doing one of the Radiant quests, you have to jump inside here, and there's a.
Right, I know about the Radiant quest, but what I'm saying is he specifically said you can't touch any of the trains there.
Well, I used to. I used to move these trains all the time. So,
Which is why he specified that you can't in this mod.
right. But they're not even on the track. So, yeah, okay. Well,
It's got to do with the pre-combines and the viz and stuff I don't understand, which is, I'm not a modder. I don't know what that stuff does.
right.
But I know he was very specific about it. And that's why I said I was hoping he was still here when we were at Beantown. We need to confirm that. Does that mean anywhere on the track or just at this location? Because he was talking about this location when he made that specific statement.
Okay.
But yeah, Zero, it is right. It's break time.
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, Jules, Barbarian, and
So
Zero are
thirsty.
right. It's break time.
Could you spare any water?
Of course. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Thank you. I'm just gonna rest here a bit more. until I
Easy
get my
showed
strength.
Julie his inchworm.
What?
She thought it was cute.
All right, we got to take a break, and we're gonna go do that because I don't have the answers, Rob. So,
I know.
So,
I know.
do we want to unlock Grey Garden and go kill the super
What-
mutants?
Why don't we go kill the super green? And, that way you've got everything unlocked. And next time we're here, we can actually ask questions. Because I know Russ will be back early next time.
Maybe.
He said, he normally makes it for the first couple hours. It's hard for him to do the whole 4 hours, Di. You know that.
Yes, I know that. He's a busy guy. He's got to work for a living. I'm a bum. I do nothing except
No,
spend
you're
money.
retired. You're retired. There's a difference.
Yes, I am very
That's-
tired.
that-
So
That's not being a bum.
I'll be back in a few.
It took my wife like 10 years to convince me that being retired was not being a bum. So it's not quite the end of September yet, but my granddaughter brought home a Halloween decoration, and we had to put it on the front door. So Jules, I know I did. I'm not a bum now. It just took me a while to get there. I used to still get up at 5 every morning and want to get things done. And I'd be really harsh on myself for not getting things done. And much like my time in the military, I never gave myself excuses for being unable to do something because of my physical limitations. So, it took time for me to adjust. Like my mother used to say, you earned every penny of it when you signed on the dotted line. I used to fret about going on leave because when I was assigned in the NCO Academy, I was only 4 hours from her house in upstate New York, so I'd take 3-4 days leave and drive up there for long weekends in the summer. And after a day or so of being lazy, I'd go out and I'd do something. I'd mow the lawn or re-gravel the driveway with my stepdad, and she'd be like, "What are you doing? You're on vacation." I'm like, "No, I need to do something. I'm being lazy." She said, "You earned that lazy. You earned that by signing on the dotted line." Yeah, yeah. I actually, when I was doing security work, uh, I had a guard who had twice retired. He had been an accountant for Woolworths, and after 20 years retired. And then he was a jewelry salesman for J.C. Penney's, and after 20 years retired. And he couldn't stay home, so he became a security guard, and he had been with us. Oh, good God. He was with us over 10 years when I became lieutenant at my site. So I mean, that man had already done 50 years of work by the time I met him.
Thank you, Julie.
Welcome back, Di.
Thank you, Rob. That's part of it, but they don't have anything else in their life. They don't have any hobbies, or they don't have, uh, if my
All
health.
they know is going to work.
Right. And if that's fulfilling for them, then God bless them. But, I'd rather work for myself. I have way more fun doing this than I ever did working. Well, I shouldn't say that. I enjoyed when I was doing, like, demo work or something, or
I'll tell you what.
blowing things up.
If if I could stop doing this and go back into an army classroom and teach people to fix radar, I'd do that for 40 years. I'd be happy there.
Really?
That'd make me shave my beard, but I'd be happy there.
Wow. Okay.
And, as a civilian contractor, they might not even make me shave my beard.
Thank you, Easy. Yeah, that's true. They may not.
But
I want to. The reason why I wanted to unlock this is I want to see how much extra with Russ's mod. Like I said, I know it goes over that way, but
how far up the bridge does it go?
yeah, if it does at all or whatever. I had the preliminary version. Russ has a lot of different releases, which kind of make things difficult because he doesn't really keep version numbers and stuff.
Woolworths had the best diner counter ever.
Yep, that was the.
Ours had a U-shaped counter and 6 booths.
That's pretty ingenious. I bet you can work
I don't
on
know if
And
I
a
said.
sweetheart waitress named Esther.
Thank you, baby.
There are 2 kinds of robots here. The worker drones carry out we supervisors, that is mine. We are capable of complex analysis.
Yeah.
Obviously, the man was brilliant to come up.
Zero, if you're unable to work and you put in the effort to work, I can agree with that.
Artificial intelligence were our creators' great
It,
passions.
see, to me,
Noticed that I possessed a rather
there's
singular
2 kinds of people on
Well, it's definitely unique.
Social Security disability and Social Security supplemental insurance.
After all, the last
There's the people who tried and worked hard and need it, and then there's the people who put in no effort and discovered they could apply for it and get it. That second group of people
Seems fine to me.
are a drain on the system. And while far be it from me to give an evaluation of
Okay,
somebody
Jules.
else's condition,
This will never
All right.
marvelous. Simply
I happen to know of a gentleman in California who claims that he needs Social Security disability, of which, at the time, and this was way back when I lived in Georgia, so it was before 2016, he was getting $1,800 a month in just Social Security disability, not counting whatever the state gave him. You know, the state gave him rental assistance and whatever other programs he was on. Because he was unable to work. And he was unable to work because he believed himself to be an adult baby. And there was a woman who took care of him as an adult baby and changed his diaper and put him in his adult-sized crib and sat him in his adult-sized high chair, etc., etc. And he was on 60 Minutes. And when the reporter asked where he got adult-sized baby furniture, he said, I had to make it because nobody does. And I'm looking at I had a DVR at the time, I rewound it. High quality adult-sized baby furniture.
Probably could have
Man
sold
had
it, made a fortune.
The man had high quality woodworking skills. He could have made any furniture he wanted to and sold it. Which means he had a marketable skill that did not require him to go into a traditional office environment. He also had access to woodworking tools because he made his own damn baby furniture.
Well, he must have been pretty good at it.
He clearly had the skills to make a living. But instead, he had tried to get a job as a security guard And after 2 days of trying to work as a security guard, felt oppressed by having to wear normal clothing. So refused to go back. I'm sorry, I don't call that a disability. I understand that other people might feel that's a disability.
Right.
I don't agree with those people. Especially because while that person was getting Social Security disability payments, I was being refused Social Security disability by a federal judge for having a broken back and the inability to feel my left leg. I require assistance bathing. I can't stand to cook my own meals. And when I drive somewhere, I need to be monitored either by somebody checking in with me by phone constantly or somebody in the car with me. Just to make sure that I'm okay. But I was not disabled according to the Social Security because the judge was allowed to say I wasn't disabled.
Yep.
But the guy who wants to wear diapers and have somebody burp him was.
Yep. And doesn't that just suck?
So, a system that was designed to help people who had actual need is being drained by people who are lazy.
Makes perfect sense.
And people who do have actual need are getting less because of it. My son-in-law's on SSI. He's on SSI because he has had a brain tumor. It's currently in remission.
Well, that's good to
That
hear.
robbed him of the sight in his left eye. And the second time it came back, robbed him of the ability to stand. I think he qualifies. I think he qualifies a heck of a lot more than the guy who likes wearing a diaper. Call me prejudiced.
Okay, prejudice. You're just expecting people to live up to your expectations.
Yeah, I expect words to mean what they mean. Disabled should mean disabled.
Well, I had a similar situation because the judge could say no. He did.
The second judge who saw me, by the way, said, I believe you are 100% disabled as the VA says you are. But the law allows me to deny your claim, so I am.
Yep. I think that's what
At
really
least
pissed me off. Yeah.
At least he admitted that I was disabled. You know, the first guy was like, I'm allowed to say you're not disabled. With a broken back and no feeling in your left leg.
Well, here's what I don't understand. If nobody will fucking hire you because of what's wrong with you, let's put it that way, however you want to, then
What does it matter if it's a disability or not if no one will hire you?
exactly. So, and I had this conversation with the judge that was going to deny me my my SSI, and I just looked at him and I said, based on everything you heard here today, Your Honor, would you hire me? Well, no, you wouldn't. I go,
I
exactly.
honestly wish I had known you before I went to my second hearing, because I would have asked the judge when the judge asked if there was anything I wanted to say at the end of the hearing. I would have asked the judge, "Will you hire me?"
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. So,
Hey, Reese, welcome
Reese,
aboard.
oh my god. Uh, this game on. Ah, shit, I forgot which one I'm looking for.
Glad you could make it today, Reese. Hope you had a fine weekend. Now, my qualms with the government are long since over. Though, I'm fighting for my retirement. I expect it to be granted. It's just a matter of time. The longer it takes, the bigger the check. So I'm just waiting. I mean, it's not like my medical records are suddenly going to say something different over the last 20 years.
Sweet.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
The Army screwed up. They should have offered me medical retirement when I said I'd rather medically retire than be medically discharged. They made the mistake of saying, we're not going to let you medically retire. Now, it turns out at the time, the Army wasn't letting anybody medically retire.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is a shit that I don't understand. It's just like,
Well, we got a letter in the last 6 months. I don't remember exactly when, but my wife was denied caregivers stipend for taking care of me because taking care of me is a full-time job.
mm-hmm.
Well, somebody reported the person who was denying caretaker stipends for disabled veterans. And it turns out that person was denying people who were eligible. Go figure. We said the same thing back then. Nobody listened to us then. All of a sudden, the right person complained. And I hate to say it, I am not the right Jackson to complain about that kind of thing.
Right.
Which kind of blows chunks.
That's an understatement.
You should not have to be from a certain group of people to report malfeasance.
Yes.
Especially, I mean, the person who denied my wife, you would have thought that the money was coming out of her personal piggy bank. You know what I mean?
Yep. They think they're the stewards of everybody else's money. And, which is a mind blower when you think about it, because the government pisses away money like it's going out of style, so. But see, if you had been friends with these people, then you would have got, everything would have been copacetic.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that was something my VA rep, the community rep pointed out. He said if you were in tight with them, even if you were not from the right group, all you gotta do is be friendly with them. They would have bent over backwards to make sure you got the stipend, even if you didn't deserve it.
Yep.
And by the way, if they give it to you and you don't deserve it, and you get it for a certain length of time, well, you get it until the veteran dies, even if they didn't deserve it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm like, wait a minute, so you're telling me that if they're giving this stipend out to somebody whose veteran is not 100% disabled for 10 years, and 11 years after you start giving it to them, you discover the veteran is not 100% disabled, you have to still pay them, and they don't have to pay it back? They said, yeah, that's the way it works out. 10 years in 1 day. Once you pass the 10-year and 1 day mark, the pay is in perpetuity until the veteran dies. I'm like, that's a crock of shit. Even veterans' disability payments, through the VA, is 20 years. They can make an adjustment. I thought there was glass in those windows. I have never shot at the damn Mirelurks through the windows because I thought there was glass.
It is glass. I just wanted to see what would happen.
It looked like you were hitting that Mirelurk.
Yeah, maybe I was. I don't know. I thought it was glass too. Well, there you go.
There are certain illnesses that, according to the DSM-4 and now the DSM-5, aren't even allowed to be diagnosed until you're 18 or 21 years of age.
Right.
Even if you have all of the symptoms and all of the earmarks of the illness, well, you haven't reached the chronological age that the book says, so too bad you don't have it. What a crock that is.
Mm-hmm.
Officially, you can't be diagnosed with autism prior to, I think it's 6 years of age. My 2-year-old grandson is already diagnosed as autistic because the doctors who are seeing him recognize that what it says on paper is meaningless. Well, Zero, also, if you think about it, in the DSM-4, body dysmorphia was a diagnosis, thinking that you were of the opposite sex, or that you had a body part that was erroneous. So, if you thought that your leg was not yours, that's also body dysmorphia. But now, body dysmorphia is a symptom. In the DSM-5. But it doesn't say why it's a symptom of.
Did I miss a, did I miss a switch? I did. It's right here. There it is. I gotta go back this way. Man, it's been a while
So
since I've done this, so...
there are certain mental disorders that you simply cannot be diagnosed with prior to a certain chronological age. I watch a lot of true crime dramas. Some of you may remember, I was once a security investigator. I did a lot of legal work in my past life. That stuff really fascinates me. So I do a lot of interrogation videos, you know, investigation videos, and I was watching one about a kid who literally, 14 years of age, invites a friend of his at school into a bathroom before school starts and slits his throat. He was, prior to that incident, the kid was his best friend in school. Another friend in their friends group, he tried to pull into the bathroom the day before, but failed to do so because the security guard in the hall refused to let them into the restroom during the time that he wanted to do it. During the video, the psychologist who was talking about the interview pointed out the mental illness that the kid was suffering from, and then pointed out that he cannot be diagnosed with it because he's 6 years too young to be diagnosed with it. But it's clear that he has that condition. Take care, King. You have a great night.
Yep.
So, I appreciate the difficulty our mental health system has, but putting an arbitrary number on when something can be diagnosed really doesn't help the people at all.
You gotta remember, it's not to help the people, it's to help themselves, you know, so... the government has no real interest in helping anybody.
But the DSM-5 isn't created by the government, it's created by doctors. See, that's the thing, that the DSM-5 ostensibly is created by the mental health education system, which is separate from the government. Did not know to avoid diagnosing things, and you should have never knew what you just told us. Have you ever heard of dissociation? Yes, I've heard of dissociation. For a long time, dissociation was... It was accepted, that it was not accepted for a long time. Now it is again accepted. However, exceptional proof has to be supplied for it to be considered an accurate diagnosis.
Ah, there it is.
And generally speaking, if your doctor says dissociation, they're going to demand a second and possibly a third opinion.
Oh, I would think so. Because they want to, we got to remember, they want to deny you benefits. So,
Well, no, dissociation isn't about benefits. Dissociation usually would come into play with people who are suspect in criminal activity,
okay.
and they want to deny them a not guilty by mental defect defense.
Ah,
And remember, even though you're innocent until proven guilty, the best you're going to get is a public defender unless you have unlimited wealth of your own. The government has unlimited wealth to
your money.
prosecute you.
Yep.
Which means if the first doctor doesn't tell them what they want to hear, they'll send you to another one.
Yes. Speaking of which, I just got the bill for my hospital stay. It was a little over $1,500.
Yes. Dissociation is not seeing things as they are. That's the thing about dissociation. Dissociation in a criminal case would mean that you are not guilty due to mental defect. Oh, you're not okay. You're thinking of an aspect of disassociation that I'm not thinking of. You're thinking of looking at yourself through a lens. Dissociation in the clinical aspect is looking at events as though someone else is doing them.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It is officially the diagnosis of it wasn't me doing it when it was definitely you doing it.
Have you looked into our little water problem, darling?
White?
Do see
When-
about that
when-
water, won't you?
You shot your neighbor in the face,
Do you think it's easy being this beautiful?
but medically,
It is not.
Okay, why is this not working? I
you
should,
turned the water off, right?
Don't do
Or
ultra
got the water all the way down, right?
yeah. Crap, did I forget to do something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clinically, and again, I'm dealing from the criminal aspect. If you shot your neighbor in the face and you're saying, I was there, but it wasn't me who did it, and you were the only one there, and your fingerprints are on the gun, and your fingerprints are on the bullet, and the gunpowder residue's on your hand, they're going to send you for an evaluation. The evaluation is going to go through, and let's say the first doctor is either very honest or sympathetic to you, and you are not trying to pull one over on him. Mental illness is a valid legal defense. True mental illness. Because you may not see what you're doing as you are actually doing it. You may see what you're doing as a bystander. That's the insidious part of mental illness.
Yeah, that's cognitive disassociation, is it not? Is that not?
If you are seeing yourself cut yourself as if you're not in your body, what's the difference in that than seeing yourself shoot your neighbor in the face as if you're not in your body? You were a bystander.
Okay, what did I miss here, folks? That's not...
Make sure all the Mirelurks are dead. Make sure all the eggs are destroyed. Make sure all the buttons are
Oh,
pushed.
there
I
we
don't
go.
know.
Nope, I missed the switch. I did miss one. Okay. I thought I had gotten them all.
Oh, there's tons of people who abuse it. And one of the questions that you should always ask when somebody claims not guilty due to mental defect is not whether or not they actually have a mental defect. It's whether or not they've displayed any sign of that mental defect prior to the crime.
For instance, if they have been institutionalized, which they don't do anymore. So...
Well, that would be very helpful. If they had been institutionalized, you would have good record of it.
Right. Now you have to
don't do that
go on.
anymore, so now you have to... but by making that claim, you could make a valid argument that they need to supply medical records indicating that they've got a condition. If they've got history of a condition, they should have medical records of it.
Right.
If they don't have a condition or have no medical records of the condition, then there should at least be some witness to actions of the condition prior. "99% of the time, we're not dealing with the criminal acts of a 12-year-old. We're dealing with the criminal acts of adults in 99% of the cases. Oh, speaking of adults,
So good to see you.
I was watching a quick blurb the other day
That's
about
marvelous,
Chicago
darling. Simply marvelous. Here,
and the DA there,
have some of our produce. All right,
Fox,
please,
whatever her
please
name is.
come too, if there's anything else you need. Now,
She refused to prosecute
Ta-ta.
a group of 3 gangbangers who stopped in front of a backyard party and fired indiscriminately into the backyard, ended up killing an 8-year-old little girl. All right?
Okay. Pretty common
These
for
three-
Chicago.
These 3 should be under the jail for all eternity. That should be the sentence. You are going to be under the jail for the rest of eternity. End of story, right? She won't prosecute them. She won't prosecute them because if I prosecute them, that will affect them for the rest of their lives.
I mean, like the dead person?
What about the little girl they shot in the face? Oh, by the way, during the investigation, it came out that they shot into this party because somebody was wearing a blue shirt in their neighborhood.
Yes, well, that's a good reason to shoot people. So, I mean, if you have to have a reason to shoot somebody, wearing a blue shirt definitely constitutes a general, failure to be understood and all that good stuff. So, yes, we should definitely shoot them in the face.
Zero, depending on your state, those records are normally kept for so many years from the termination of treatment, not from the creation of records. So if you've been treated consistently for any length of time, the last treatment date is when that retention period starts. Depending on your state. Some states do have a record creation date criteria, but that's very few states, and you'd have to check your state requirement. Mrs. White has an awesome accent.
Yep, I think so too.
Yeah, I was blown away by that statement from the DA's office. Could you imagine being the parent of this small child, hearing from the DA that she won't prosecute the murderers of your child because it would affect them for the remainder of their lives? I can think of something else that's going to affect them for the remainder of their lives.
You betcha.
And guess what I'm going to demand when I stand in front of her? You can't prosecute me. It'll affect me for the remainder of my life. Sorry.
Well, it's just the typical bullshit, so.
My news feed was not happy, joy this morning. But it did give me a high enough blood pressure that my plasma donation was only 45 instead of 55 minutes.
Well, that's a good thing.
Good for something? So, how about them Dolphins? Kicked the snail snot out of the Patriots last week.
They did they?
Oh yeah, they did. 20-7. Who do they got this week?
I have no idea. I don't watch that stuff.
They beat the Ravens on Thursday. 42-38. It was a closer game. I'm going to have to watch the highlights from that now.
Oh, no. Let's see. Chem station. What did I do with the chem station? Oops. Never brought it over here.
I'm still a little upset with the NFL and their lack of backbone, but I still do like my Miami Dolphins. So.
Yeah, they've had a good team
the
here.
The season hasn't started yet, so I have to do something. Oh, grow up, Zero.
Damn, where's the jetpack thingy? Shit.
I felt the same way when I was younger, but I could follow any kind of football. When I was in my high school years, I watched high school football on Fridays, college football on Saturdays, and pro football on Sundays and Mondays. And then they started playing pro football on Thursdays, so I started watching football on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays and Mondays. And then I'd watch highlight reels on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the games I couldn't catch.
But Rob, you're not answering my question. There's the jetpack.
What's it?
Utility, jetpack. Why can't I build this? What do I need?
You need science.
Science, okay. Where the hell's science? Shit. I don't know. Science over here under intelligence.
Yeah, Easy's problem with Pocket Pool is he keeps scratching.
Okay, now we got science. Sheesh. This is too much like work, folks. Try to find all this stuff.
Too much like work.
Oh, come
Now
on,
you're
Rob.
sounding like me.
We expect you to do your job. Which is... I don't know. What is your job? I forget.
Sit here and look pretty.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's why we got the check in the mail. So, I had no comment about my soon-to-be due bill for over $1,500 for letting them have the privilege of cutting my chest open.
Send it to the government. That's what I'm gonna do if they ever send me a bill.
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to, because they haven't sent me a bill yet. They just sent me an email. You know what they can do with that. So let's see. No, I need a. What do I need?
You sent me an electronic bill. I'm gonna send you an electronic laugh.
Yep. Exactly. It's like, okay. Here we go. Jetpack. I don't care about that. See, gadget. Now we don't want jet sprinter. What do we want? Crap.
Easy says he plays pocket pool. I'm picturing the painting of the dogs playing pool with the beagles scratching and hitting the dog in the nose with the cue ball.
Standard jetpack says jet sprinter function. Fall damage reduction mods out. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. What are we looking for? Gadget jetpack standard. No, I want stuff. I want it to jump. I want me to be able to jump. What the hell do I gotta do here? Jet sprinter. Higher jumping while sprinting. I don't need to sprint. Now I just want to... God damn it. Okay, we'll take that one. I don't know what it does, because I can't remember.
They pretended to send Di a bill, she'll pretend to send them the payment.
Yeah, checks in the electronic mail. What are you talking about?
Most home apartments have auto deposits set up now, Zero. You might have to do your first deposit with them manually, just to establish yourself.
I got no jetpack action. What am I doing wrong? Oops, wrong button. Come on, Rob, help me out here. Quit flapping your gums.
You're asking the wrong mod person.
I got AP, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
And I just discovered that YouTube does not have a billiards emoji. Welcome back, Doug.
Hey, Doug. Did you have a good walk?
Zero, that I have a rule on the first of the month. We go to the bank, we get the rent paid, we pay for the electric, we pay for the cable, we pay for the car. I don't care if we're eating the plaster off the walls. We have a roof over our head, we have lights on while we're eating the plaster, and nobody's towing our car out of the garage.
And these are important things.
Speaking of paying things, Today is the day that I have 70,000 chances to win $47,000 from Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah.
They're giving away $47,000 towards a Ford Explorer. I'm not going to buy a Ford Explorer. I'm just going to take the money.
Right. Makes sense to me.
And I already did the tax calculation. That's $2,800 out of the federal government, so I get just under $45,000 to spend. Pay off the van. Maybe do some fixes on the van, new sneakers, that sort of thing.
Now, if I can just figure out what I'm doing wrong with the jetpack thingy. I have no idea what the hell are pallets. Colors.
Burritos are definitely awesome with beef. That salty corn just... Oh, it offsets beef so well. It's better with chili. Don't get me wrong. But it works really well with beef. Zero? I used to believe that. I really did. Until I looked at their payout information. 92% of those people who were paid by Publishers Clearinghouse bought nothing. And yes, everybody who wins is an American. A requirement to play. And I've actually won $10 from them. So I am a Publishers Clearinghouse winner. Just not the way I'd like to be. 5-minute warning, Di.
Yep. I'm still trying to get my jetpack working.
I know.
I'm not having much luck. Why am I not getting my jetpack? I can't even get it to sprint.
Yeah, a huge percentage of their winners are non-buyers. And it's interesting because it used to be, in the old days, in the Ed McMahon days, so the early 80s and earlier, most of the winners were buyers.
Okay.
Yeah, they only can give prizes to Americans. It's really weird.
Who's that?
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Really? Didn't know that.
Must be a resident of the United States of America. It's in all of their official rules. So I guess by it saying resident, you could be a non-American resident, but there's not a lot of that. Anyway, back in the old days, when Ed McMahon was running the commercials and was part of the prize patrol thing where they'd show up at people's houses with the balloons, and the Dick Clark days, the majority of big winners were buyers. They bought something through the website. Well, through the flyers. When they switched over to a digital campaign, which was when Ed McMahon was no longer there, the majority of the winners stopped being buyers.
You lost me.
When you get your Publishers Clearinghouse, it says you do not have to
Buy anything, right.
So, but They have a website that you can go to and enter the contest daily. They have an app for your cell phone that you can enter daily. The website and the phone are separate, so you can literally sit on your phone and their website and enter their contests on both constantly all day. And that's how people enter their contests now. When you get to a certain point, you'll get offers to buy things. You scroll to the bottom of the page and you click continue. You scroll to the bottom of the page and you click enter. And it'll ask, are you sure your cart is empty? You click enter. And then you enter for the contest. You didn't buy anything. But apparently, back in the days when it was a paper entry, most of the people bought something. Now that it's a digital thing, most of the people don't. But yes, if you are a foreign national who has resident status in the United States, you have legal status, you're allowed to work in the United States,
Yeah.
you would qualify to take part in the Publishers Clearinghouse based on the way that their rules read, because it says you have to be a legal resident. And foreign nationals who have a visa that says they're allowed to work here are legal residents. They're not citizens, but they're residents.
How true? How true? Well,
And the census counts them as such.
should we summarize the mod review? Since it's 4 o'clock.
It is 4 o'clock, and I honestly think that the mod is rather good.
Yeah, I did not expect the little bonus building down at the far end. I thought that was pretty cool. And
Fairlane Hills, the original Bethesda little community down there in the swamp, Fairlane Hills, not Fairlane Hills.
Fairlane's Estates is actually
Fairlane, right.
Yeah, and the other one's Fairlane. Or Fairline.
At the end of the rail line, off in the swamp, there's a little housing community called Fairline. It's a little housing community. Very similar to Fairlane.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be interesting to build there, so...
It will be interesting to build there, but I was very impressed with it. I can see that Bethesda was not finished with it.
Right. So what we have here, so if we look at the map, and going from Bedford Station, which is a new settlement by Shadowzhar, and then we go down and we have Grey Garden, which is, and Overland, that's 2 to 1. And then we have the Bridge Street refill station. Nope, there should be another one in here, I thought. Maybe not. Anyway, then we have, let's see, we go down here, and here's the refill station at Fairlane. Then we have GNN, and let's see, it is called Fairline versus, this is also called Fairlane Hill Estates versus...
My grandson's active. I need to go check on him.
Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new settlements added just along the train line like I said, and then we have the expansion mod added. So we have all these additional areas that we can build up and around, especially around the drive-in, which is going to be huge, in my opinion. A major. I mean, you got room there for a military base. You got room there for all kinds of stuff. You know. And then, like I said, the big surprise, I was really, was this one way down here. Because you wind up having these three right close together here. And a nice little triad. So, I'll leave it up to you guys. Do we want to look at this again next week? Or should we get back to our regular scheduled story? Do we want to expand on this? Because this is just one mod plus an expansion mod from Russ. I have other stuff loaded. I also have the dam loaded and a couple other odds and ends. But I have to go fix the problem with the mod that I'm having. So, Bedford, there's a little bit more I wish I could do there, but because of I guess we just got to kind of fiddle with it, you know? And, but I have to admit, I played with, got all these stations, basically, the same ones, more or less, but we didn't get the fact that he added, and I have to tell you, the fact that he added, Beantown, which gives you up to the bridge here, and then, this is going to be fun down here, though, I think it's going to be fun. I don't know. So, which makes me want to build down there because I can kind of visualize a few things. So, well, tomorrow will be Sea of Thieves. I'm not sure whose turn it is to be captain. See, and the whole point is that this Beantown. So we have this waterway, and this goes all the way over here. This is where the Minuteman Navy came into play. Okay? So, Fredwin Quarters. What? I have no idea. Fredwin Quarters. Huh. Wow, I get all kinds of weird things. I never look at this stuff. So, like there was something else. Where was that? That was down here someplace. What's this over here? You know, Blue Hills Safe House. Might have something to do with one of the other mods that I'm running. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Don't know. So, and I could have screwed something up too, but I don't know what it would be. So, I also have a mod that utilizes this up here. It's another one of Russ's mods. I thought it would be a good. Oh, welcome back. A good checkpoint. So I was asking everybody, should we continue this next week?
I'd like to check out a little bit more. I'd like to ask Russ a few questions if he comes back.
Yeah.
Especially about the train cars in other locations, because we know about the one location where we definitely can't touch a train.
No, you say you know. I know nothing. So.
All right. I know for certain that one location, the place right near the dam there, where the one quest says you go into that one overturned train car. I know for sure right there you cannot touch any train cars. He said it will break the pre-combines and the Viz.
Okay.
I'm not certain if that applies to everything along the tracks or if it's just that location.
Right.
If it's not just that location, that opens up the bridge next to the brewery.
Yeah, because how do you get it? You can't get across the bridge.
Right.
So that's a problem. I mean, the whole point is a checkpoint is that you can get there.
No, because you could make it look like you could put an engine on the cars at the bridge, so it looks like they're getting ready to pull out. So it just because they're there doesn't mean that they're always there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I understand 100% the ones around that one quest car are off limits.
Okay, I don't know why, because I had talked to Russ about that bridge. I wanted that bridge opened up, so those cars gone, in other words, so that it made sense that you would have a major control point either at Grey Garden or at, if we couldn't do Beantown Brewery,
Right,
at Oberlin to control that.
And I think that he wanted to do that, and because he wanted to do that, I'm not sure when he gave us. Well, it's just like his instruction: put it at the bottom of your load order.
Right, that's what I did. He didn't. He
He
wasn't
didn't
specific.
say, put your scrapping mod after it. Don't touch any of the train cars.
Right,
But it's okay to touch the ones at Beantown. You see what I'm saying?
right, right. Okay, well, we will run this again next week.
Sometimes the instructions are not as clear as he might think they are because he knows what he's thinking,
Right.
but we know what we're hearing.
Yeah, this is a problem I've had in the past with Russ, is that because he knows, and I keep telling him, we don't. So if you tell us to do this, that's what we're going to do. You know, it's just, I've had this guy, and it's true. So he makes assumptions, and that's faulty thinking.
Well, that's I don't think it's assumptions as much as he already knows what he means, and
But
and
he is
his-
assuming. He is assuming.
I think the assumption in this case is that we understand what he means. Not so much that we know what
Yeah.
is behind what he's saying. I think the assumption is we understand him. Just like with the put it at the bottom of your load order.
Yeah.
So, and that's not to diminish Russ. I really respect Russ a lot, and I want him to know that. He has skills I'll never have, but sometimes you have to dumb down what you're saying to me, so I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Just like I could tell him to do something with a microwave radar that he'd never understand. But if I dumb it down to, all right, take that screw out, take that part out, put this part in, tighten this screw to 12 foot-pounds, we're good to go. He doesn't have to know what all that shit does he?
Okay.
He needs to know
Okay.
that I
All
told
right.
him what to do, right?
All right. All right. Just calm down.
So,
Calm down.
but you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just sometimes we assume knowledge
Well, like I
that
said,
the
I
other
will.
person doesn't have.
I will fix my mod list, my loadout, and we'll run this again. Like I said, I want to also would like to unlock the dam, and
I do not think that you're moving the scrapping mod is going to require a new save.
no, I don't think so either. So it's not a question.
So-
It's actually, I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to delete. I have conditions to load those after the scrapping mod. There's a mod like right above it. I can't think what it is, but it's like whatever it is. But it's before the scrapping mod. Or I could just change it to load, have them load just before the scrapping mod, and maybe that's the way. Because I can. It's a toggle. It's either before or after. So I could change it so that it says before, and then hopefully it'll put it just before. Just for the ride, yeah. So anyway, I think this mod has is pretty darn good, especially with this concept of putting, 11 settlements basically in one. I mean, you have. I shouldn't say that. That's the wrong way to put it. Because the settlements already exist, but with his expansion mod and stuff, you get and this one extra mod that takes up one slug in your load list, whatever, takes up one socket. I think it's a great add-on. So it sure beats the hell out of having. Before, these were all individual mods that you had to load, which I kind of liked because I could load different options. Like I really liked the one by Evil Viking 13. He did this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The
Yeah.
one down near Bedford.
Yeah, he did this train thing where it's like
It's almost like Nazi rail cars that he did.
yeah, it's just really cool, and you can deck them out and stuff. But it's actually reminding me of Mad Max. You know, when they steal the
Yeah.
type of thing,
Yeah.
so, or Thunder Road or
I know
whatever.
what you mean. I'm a big fan of Ranger Dave.
Yeah, so it's a cool mod, and I can highly recommend it. So and then the one for at the far south end, there was some mod that came with. Again, it's called Settle Mod, and what they did at that same location was really cool because they took the airport, the Boston airport, and flipped it around, basically, kind of stripped it down and stuck it in there with a new ground contour and stuff. And I made it a medical facility, if you remember. And that's another
I
mod that,
do remember that. The med facility at the airport was absolutely kicking.
yeah, that's my Julie P. Boots playthrough. Because I wanted to really try out that mod. So between that and Nuka World, I wound up with, what was it, 22 or 23 new settlements, something like that, with just two mods. So,
Well,
what?
with Russ's new mod,
Yep.
22 in one mod.
Well, when that ever comes out. So,
Well, it's going to take a little bit for him to finish the compiling.
yeah, I just hope he
wa-
leaves the dam mod alone. If he wants to improve it, fine. But oh yeah, that's such a cool mod.
The biggest problem with him wanting to redo the dam mod is I'm worried that he's going to move it into that mod category that I can't touch.
Right.
Because once you get it into the side where the Creation Club stuff has to be loaded, it's off limits to me.
Right. And this is one of the
I
things
can't
that he's
t-
not understanding. I've talked to him multiple times about this. He relies heavily on all the Creation Club stuff and all the DLCs. Most people already have, if you have the Game of the Year edition or whatever, you have all the DLCs. But there's a lot of people who don't buy Creation Club. And he has a number of mods out there that require
I can't
it.
justify the CC content with what Bethesda charges for it.
Yeah, I always had to wait for it to go on sale. I couldn't afford it either. I still don't have all of it. I got a fair amount of it, but
I look at what Bethesda charges for it, and when you guys tell me, oh, Noir Penthouse is on sale, I kick myself for not having the $3 that it's going to cost me in my
Steam account.
expendable
Yeah.
loot. And then I have the $3 in my expendable loot, and I go to Bethesda. Oh, it's not on sale anymore.
right. So, and it's actually on the Steam stuff, and you just have to keep going back. I mean, I couldn't afford all the stuff either. I had to wait for it to go on sale. It took me, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years to buy all the stuff that I did buy, waiting for it to go on sale. So
If he migrates the dam over there, yes, I want the new dam because I know it's going to be more polished than the dam we got the first time. Which, don't get me wrong, the dam we got the first time was absolutely fantastic.
well, he's already got version 2 of the dam is out, and it works even better than the first version did. So,
Exactly. But once it's linked to the Creation Club stuff, I'm not going to be able to touch it.
yeah, but you'll always have version 2. You will be able to. That's the one I've been using. It's because even if he does that, I won't be using it. I wanted it as a standalone package. So,
And I will say this: when I pointed out that I could not get the tower out of because he had the tower in Shadows and Rainbows,
yep.
and he said, "All right, standalone tower because Rob can't have it."
Yeah. So, well, there you go.
And so Russ listens to what I'm saying about the things that I'm really excited about, he's just, I don't think he always has the forethought for what the end users are going to say.
Right. Well, that was part of the thing about having this development team, and he's kind of gone past us. So I guess I don't know. Anyway, I want to wrap this up here, Rob. So
Yeah, I'm sorry, I dragged this out, didn't I?
yeah, you did. That's okay. I'm not going anyplace. I'm going to be watching Tim Pool here in about 40 minutes. So he's been having great shows. But if you don't know who Tim Pool is, go watch Timcast IRL. Sometimes the shows are just freaking phenomenal. Knockdown, just right to the point. Yesterday's was another
Yeah.
great. So,
Guys, gals, whoever's still watching, if you're freedom minded, Tim Pool's worth a watch.
yep.
He doesn't care which side of the aisle you're on. He just tells you what's going on.
And comments on it. You know, so.
And he comments on it, but he doesn't care what side of the aisle you're on.
Nope. He's not. He's a libertarian. So that'd be the best way to describe him. I think
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of times Tim Pool pisses me off because of his libertarianism.
Yep, same here. I don't agree with everything he says, but I tell you what, compared to a lot of people, I agree with a lot.
I'd rather listen to Tim Pool than Anderson Cooper
Oh God.
or Brett Baer. Well, not Brett Baer.
Brett Baer, he seems pretty good at
That
it.
was a bad example. He's a straight shooter. But I'd rather listen to Tim Pool than CNN or most of Fox News.
Yeah, there's only a couple of people I like on Fox News. The rest of them, they can go hang themselves. But anyway, my point being, Tim Pool, lately YouTube has been shadow banning him. You cannot just, you actually have to go to his website, and which is Timcast IRL on YouTube. Supposedly he was on Rumble, but I couldn't find him there either. So I don't know.
If you're having trouble finding links, I'll leave my Discord running. Hit me up. I'll send you a link directly.
And of course mine's always running, so you can always ask me. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here, especially Rob. I wish Helena had been able to make it, but understandable. She's under the weather. I'm glad Russ managed to make it for at least for a little bit. We will cover this again next week. I think that there's. I got to fix the mod thing so I can get that resolved. Maybe I'll do that over the. I was going to do it.
Get fatter. Get fatter. I need people in my category.
Yeah, there you go. And so we'll do this again, and we're going to do some building. I want to see about setting up a supply line all the way down. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out, but you know what I'm talking about, and see kind of what we can. I'd have to show you on the map, because the whole point is that if you think of the UWF, and we have the Minuteman Navy out there, taking care of the waterways. So, and we have the UWF taking care of the mainland. So the Minuteman Navy belongs to the faction, belongs in the UWF, and so I also have Port Salem loaded. Hopefully it works, and a couple of others, so we can have this kind of UWF build. So I didn't load anything up for the castle.
I am hoping before Thanksgiving to have Fallout loaded again.
I hope so.
I will not have it loaded for October. I have some other content intended for October. Spooktober.
Spooktober, yes. I did load a Halloween mod. So we'll see.
So,
would you like to say good night to everybody, Rob?
Good night, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow for Sea of Thieves.
Oh, do we know who's going to be captain tomorrow? I was last week, so.
You were at last week, so it's either Mikey or Patrick's turn tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your turn, but I didn't know.
No, I was last week.
Could have been last week.
No. The week before you.
Oh, okay.
I was the week before you.
Okay. I don't.
So, being you were captain last week, I was the last week before you.
I thought that was
Therefore,
the week we couldn't get the, or yours worked and mine
we're
didn't.
not counting that week. That week was a wash.
Yep. Right. Okay. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Yeah, it's not going to be me. So, good. I get to fuck off. Cool.
You and I are crew members. That's all I know.
There you go. That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to be crew. So let's see how they do tomorrow. So
Your crew clothes.
yes,
Because I'm going to be scrubbing it.
there you go. All
I'm
right,
going to be eating food and scrubbing the deck.
there you go. Yeah, we could frustrate the crap out of those two. You know, we'll go to a fortress or something, or we'll just go we'll go fishing or something. You know, go sit on the thing and fish. So, I don't know. Anyway, thanks everybody. We'll be back next week with some more of the shenanigans here in the Fallout world. Tomorrow, Sea of Thieves. Thursday will be Satisfactory. And God bless y'all. Take care. Check out Tim Pool. I'll post a link in my Discord, so if you want to check him out. He starts at 5 o'clock my time, which is in about 37 minutes from now. And that's when I eat dinner. So, anyway, you all take care. Rob, again, thank you for being here. Always appreciate it.
As long as you'll have me, I'll be here.
You betcha. And so the rest of you guys, take care. And with that, I say toodles.